Good morning. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. Good morning. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me turn off the camera for one moment because I see that glare with the blind. I'm going to try to do something with it. I appreciate everybody joining Sandra P's Gen Extra this morning for our King's Court review. We almost made it to the finale. This is the last episode for the finale. This is episode number 9. And the finale comes on next week. And this episode, you see my title, it's Tyson, baby Vanessa Williams didn't deserve this. So this is episode 9, Rumor Has It. This was a pretty good episode. A few things happened, and let me just jump right into it. Everyone that comes in, please click the like button. And if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate that so much. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going to happen with these guys. All right, that might be a little bit better. I apologize. Thank you so much. Come in. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. Actually, it's about the same. Let's see what this light does. It's about the same. We won't worry about it. All right. Thank you so much for joining. And as you come in, just click the like button. Okay, as I said, this is episode number 9. Rumor has it. And a rumor that happened is actually a pivotal part of this episode. And it is about Allison, who was becoming a favorite. So we're going to see what happened and why I say baby Vanessa Williams didn't deserve this. Good morning, CC. CC is one of the moderators. She has come in and said good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Sandra P's Gen Extra for King's Court, episode 9. So we start out where we left off, and that is with the Kings coming back in the house with the ladies who were not eliminated. So when Jennifer walks back in, y'all, Felicia is so disappointed. And instead of her just being disappointed, what Felicia does is says, "Oh, I'm happy to have you guys back." And we know she's not happy to have them back. And Tyson is even looking at her asking, "Are you good?" "I'm fine." And then she said, "I'm glad to have Jennifer back and to see that Jennifer made it." She could barely get it out. Felicia, stop doing that. But she was looking at Jennifer like, "Why are you still here?" But she didn't say that. She lied about she's glad to have them back, which I don't know why people think Tyson is a fool. Tyson knows everything that's going on. He knows that Felicia is not happy to have her main rival, Jennifer, back. When Carlos had selected Janae as his girlfriend, they've been fake married for weeks. They Netflix and chill like a married couple. And Carlos has the nerve to bring his 86% match, Jennifer, back, even though Jennifer was never attracted to him. And Carlos, in fairness, was never giving her a chance because Janae was already there. Welcome in, Creole Girl. Good morning. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing well. Creole Girl has joined us. This is the King's Court review. So Tyson lies to Felicia. "You got nothing to worry about. Come here." He sits her on the countertop, and she doesn't get a chance to straddle him because Jennifer comes right next to them, y'all. She's assembling snacks. So Jennifer has taken up that 1 a.m. that Sarah left empty that Felicia used to slide into. So y'all, this is going to be a mess. She's assembling snacks using her little voice, and Felicia is fuming, quietly fuming, but fuming. So she flounces out. We get Jennifer in a confessional, and I knew Jennifer was like this, y'all. She's kind of smirking. She said, "Tyson hasn't picked anyone yet, and Felicia's all my man, my man, my man, but he hasn't decided." And production, y'all, is shady. They put a joint picture up of Felicia going, "My man, my man, my man," directly when Jennifer is saying it. So that was pretty funny. Good morning, Sharon Gobble. How are you? Welcome in. Sharon came in and spoke to the whole chat. We're talking about these people this week. This is a mess. Let me let you see what the caption is. If I can get that back down. Tyson, baby Vanessa Williams didn't deserve this. And she didn't. What he did, that was just, why did he do that? But we'll see. We'll talk about it. So this is what the episode is actually about. Rumor has it. The rumor is Allison overheard Tyson saying, "You know, I've been seeing this other girl at the gym." Or as she said, "I've been seeing this other chick at the gym." She told the other two guys and they laughed. So this is the news. I was dead wrong, y'all. I thought that she overheard the two competitors for Tyson, her other two rivals, saying something about him, something about conspiring for the two of them to stay, or that they're there for just playing a game or what. I don't know. But that I was totally wrong last week. So it's actually out of Tyson's own mouth. The rumor is that he is seeing another woman at the gym. Okay, so we'll hear his rationale for this later. I don't know if it's true or not. So Thaddeus has got his pink feet propped up on Ariel. I can't stand that, y'all. I guess they think it's cute and sexy. I don't. Is this every production every week? Which one of y'all like looking at Thaddeus's long feet? So he's sitting there with his feet on her lap. They're talking. I find that very intimate, y'all. Very intimate. But Ariel, we don't hear as much from Ariel as we used to. So he humbled her. He humbled her the way that he always does. Any smart woman, once they have their own mind, they speak back to him. They go to elimination dinner and they get back in line. Did the same thing to Dr. Kalani. If they don't snap back in line, they're gone. Dr. Shawana, Catherine. So Thaddeus, we see you. So Carlos is telling Ariel on another scene that he's shutting everything down for Janae. He's showing them, making this big thing of going through his DMs and deleting people or women contacts that he no longer wants to talk to because now he's got his girlfriend, Janae. Ariel's just looking. And I'm like you, Ariel. I'm not going to weigh in on this foolishness. These two, more power to them, but Janae is so insecure. I don't know how this is going to work in the outside world when these women have access to Carlos again. I don't know how it's going to work. So he's claiming it's just people that are interested. He claimed the numbers might be, somebody I met one time in Houston. Y'all, I don't save numbers like that. If you just say hi to me or we speak or whatever, I don't need your number in my phone. I have so many numbers in my phone already. Everyone does. Numbers that you may not even use half of them. Carlos, I don't believe you. I never believed you. And poor Janae, she's not going to believe you either. And she's just going to fall back into her pattern of picking poorly and then being gaslit that she is insecure. We get a confessional of Janae saying, I've always been gaslit that I'm insecure when they've given me all the reason to be insecure. So yeah, this is true. Thank you so much. CCCC is reminding everyone, please hit the like button. I appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So Holly and Rodney Pete come in and they greet everyone. Thaddeus greets them. Everybody's always happy to see the Petes. I like Holly Robinson Pete myself and Rodney. So Thaddeus is teasing them. Oh, y'all are dressed up. Usually when they're dressed up, Holly's saying that they usually come in there and they take them out for a day or they'll issue some type challenge. But y'all, the couples are going to get access to the Petes. They're going to sit down, ask questions, and they just want to find out where these relationships are really going. Other than Carlos and Janae, I don't really see any of the relationships going anywhere, but we'll play along because I like this show. I like watching it. So the Petes are having one-on-ones with the couples. They sit down with, Tyson is claiming he needs a conversation to tie things up, just kind of see where he stands with everybody. Tyson, you've been with everybody, dating everybody until you had to send certain ones home. Sometimes you couldn't send them home. You enlisted other people to do it. I don't know that Tyson is serious about anybody. I think he likes little pieces of all of the women, and it would be ideal for him if he could do something like that. But the women are not going for it. So what are you going to do, Tyson? Paula, hello. Paula came in and spoke to everyone. Good to see you. We're doing the live review for King's Court. So Holly and Rodney are asking some tough questions. We find out that Ariel had either 2 or 3 broken engagements. So Holly's getting details from her on that. I don't like when people paint women as like a runaway bride because I think Jennifer is a 2 or 3 broken engagements as well. But from Jennifer's reasoning, I agree with her. So same thing's going on with Ariel. She said in the first couple, there were infidelity. So if you find that out before marriage, let him hit the road jack. Don't come back no more. She said that the last relationship that she ended up not marrying the guy, he didn't value her. She said they would have a conversation and he would be the only one talking. He talked over her until she lost her voice and she just wouldn't even get to speak when they were talking. So Holly jumped right in and said, no, that's not worth it. She said, that's a deal breaker. So yeah, because I think Holly talks probably 2 or 3 times as much as Rodney, and they got a good 30 years of happiness, okay? So next, Ariel says that Thaddeus is helping her grow and he's showing her how she can be a better woman of God. Also, with her autistic son, she trusts Thaddeus completely with that situation. Holly gets touched. If you mention autism, you spoke to Holly Robinson, Pete's heart. Everyone knows she is active, an advocate, and she has an autistic son. So Titus says that he looks on that as an opportunity. Speaking about her son, Holly asks if she's fallen in love. Ariel smiles. She says she is. Holly answers, "You've bonded. You've bonded. What about you, Thaddeus?" He waits too long and then he smiles. Y'all, I be wanting to punch Thaddeus upside his head, but let me stop because I know how upset he gets if a woman is assertive or aggressive. So he waited too long and then he smiled and he said, "No." And I didn't like the look on his face because we saw Ariel display hurt immediately and he had this stupid looking smile on his face. But the way the Pete's were looking at him, he tried to clean it up. And I saw you, Thaddeus. You quick, but not quick enough. You gotta be quicker than that. He had the nerve to look kind of shamed. I know it's a shame, but he was looking shamed. In our community, we know what that means. He tried to look shame, okay? And Ariel looked hurt, and the Pete's are looking. Stop playing with people. I wrote this down. Stop playing with people, because if you do that mess with Dr. Kalia, y'all know somebody in here was talking about flat tires. I wouldn't say Dr. Kalia would do that, but I think that you can't play with Dr. Kalia like that. And I think even Thaddeus knows that. So stop doing that. He didn't have to do that to Ariel. So then he lies. He wants to walk in love. I want to walk in love because falling is an uncontrollable act. Thaddeus, you've told people this before and it went over well, or they thought you were so deep. I'm calling buh. Sharon Gabo, your facial expressions say everything. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. And I'm no Ariel fan. Ariel, she kind of did too much, but she's been, to me, kind of like humbled and quieted down completely. And we know this is not the Ariel that was popping about the list and all this other kind of stuff. And she didn't let Terry check her like Terry used to intimidate and try to check the other women. And Ariel didn't allow it. But after Thaddeus brought her to that elimination dinner, she's not the same Ariel that we're seeing. So I hope it's a production thing, Ariel. I hope he didn't clip your wings like that. So he lies that he wants to walk in love because falling is an uncontrollable act. Holly said, "Well, that's cute." Ariel lies and said, I think it sounds even better. I don't think it sounds better. I think he could have said, "I don't use the term falling in love, but I'm getting there." But he wanted to me, he wanted to make her look like she wanted him more than he wants her. So this is a trip. So, and I think he's performative, y'all. I didn't see this in Thaddeus during the first few weeks. Y'all know he has been my favorite king since the beginning of the show. Tyson is the most beautiful king. Look at Tyson, y'all, looking at himself in the mirror. I'm in the, hey, Tyson. So you know that Tyson's the best looking king. I never cared for Carlos Boozer. And I thought Thaddeus was the most emotionally mature. I used to call him. Now I realize he has emotional intelligence. I don't know that it's maturity because I think he uses it to one up and humble the women. So I have a problem with the way he uses his emotional intelligence. He seems like he's had probably a lot of therapy to deal with his past, but there are still things he does need to work on. And he kind of weaponized some of what he's learned in therapy. I see it, y'all. If these comments freeze, I will go back and get the comments, okay? I apologize in advance, okay? So the Pete's look at him, he realized it looked bad. Then he cleaned it up and Ariel fell for it. Ariel, you should have checked him on that because I don't like how he's treating her. Then we get Felicia. She realizing, y'all, that she's wasted all her time straddling Tyson and they haven't really had real conversation. He gets aggravated. He gets upset. He'll storm out. Felicia is his fun girl. Sorry, Felicia, you're the good time girl. And you realize you don't know this man. You know he's fine, but we all know he's fine. So while you were straddling him, you could have been talking a little bit. But, it's not going to work out now. I think it's too late. So Holly asked, what are the biggest red flags? Felicia notes that there are distractions every time a new girl comes in. We said that Tyson never wanted to eliminate anyone. There really is no distinction between this woman is for this king, this woman is for that king, because, well, Janae and Carlos linked up so quick. No one else had a chance at Janae. Every single woman that came in there would have given Tyson a chance, but he really didn't cut anyone off or say no to anyone. let's see, Brickell left him, Liliana left him, but that was for their own purposes. Who else left? Lexi got up out of there. But really, anyone that stays, Tyson would have a chance at. He kept Allison. He know he had no real physical interest in Allison. They're more like best friends. There's that 86% perfect match thing that they have going on. And I think they have great conversation, but it is friend vibes. Even though I'll give this to Allison every week. She is beautiful. She does look like a baby Vanessa Williams. And he has a decade on her. Yet he's trying to treat her like an old lady. He was older than Catherine and tried to treat her like an old lady. So Tyson, when he looks in that mirror, he sees something different than what is there. He really does. So Tyson, when he's asked for red flags by Holly, he says that Felicia might give him the cold shoulder. He feels like Felicia is not a safe space for him. Y'all, he feels like this now just because he can't really talk to her. But they just found out that they can't really talk to each other. So this is crazy. So Felicia says that she's suppressing her feelings because Holly's gonna ask the question, is she in love? Holly, stop doing that. I don't like that question. She says she's suppressing her feelings, and Holly asks why. Felicia's doing it to protect herself. I don't blame her because these men are playing. So Rodney asked Tyson, he said he's getting big feelings. He described it kind of like a teenager. I'm getting big feelings, but I'm still concerned that it might not work out. Something he said. It's kind of like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Tyson, I don't mind him talking, but a lot of times when he's talking, he doesn't make himself look better. So we'll just go with the man in the mirror and we'll look at him. So Tyson and Felicia smooch. They go in the room. She walks away and he uses that line, I love to see you walk away. So they still haven't gotten any more than surface. Next, we have Allison. Allison is talking to Dr. Kalia about, I was hopeful about last night, and he said that he wants to get to know me more and explore. And then this morning, I hear him saying that he's going to meet a woman in the gym that he's been talking to since week 2. He was telling the guys that. And Kalia's like, what? She couldn't believe it. I'd like to see how Dr. Kalia would have handled that. And she's saying, why would he entertain somebody outside the house? Now I don't know what to believe, and I want answers. So next we have Janae and Carlos. They are catching the piece up on their relationship. Carlos reveals that she's officially his girlfriend. I think he told him that, but he reveals it again. Janae says she's still concerned about his DMs, and he realizes love without trust will never work. So Carlos, you're right about that. Rodney stresses that they still got to get to know each other. They had that instant attraction in the house, but they're still going to get to know each other. We go back in the house, y'all. There is a scene of Thaddeus and Dr. Kalia. They are wrapped up in a nap on the couch. I mean, he's snoring. This was very intimate, y'all. So I could see why Ariel's kind of giving a stink eye. She gave a confessional and said, Thaddeus talking about he walking in love, and yeah, he's over here booed up on the couch with Dr. Kalia. She said it's like pros and different area codes, and she's over it. Ariel's a trip. I wouldn't say pros and different area codes because she's there to date him just like you are, Ariel. So when he's booed up with you with his pink feet on your lap, you're not a pro in a different area code. You're just in the competition like Dr. Kalia. So don't hate on her. So Allison says she was shocked. She was taken aback by the conversation at the elimination dinner, that it was friend vibes. So she was confused about Tyson asking her to stay and wanting her to stay. She's now having her little couples date or joint date with the Peetes. Holly asked if she thought that Tyson was being genuine or performative. I don't know. Is he being genuine? I think he's genuinely performative. I think he likes attention. I think he never met a stranger. I think he loves to make other people comfortable. And he also wants to be comfortable. He doesn't appear to like hard conversation. So I don't know. I guess he is genuine and performative. I'll say both. Tyson says he likes her, but he wonders if they have enough time to see if anything else will develop. Allison says she wants to believe that they may have enough time to develop something, but she overheard something that now has her wondering if his attentions are only in the house. And she asked, is he there for the people in the house, or is he open to, and if there are other relationships? He lies no. Okay, so we get a preview of the threat of Tyson going home by his D self, and Felicia saying if he can flip like that, it's terrifying. We come back. Tyson is saying, Allison said that she overheard him talking about There's a woman that he wants to meet at the gym since about the second week. When the ladies stress him out, that's what he goes to do. He told Thaddeus that, and also Carlos. I'd like to know if they get a reunion. Next week's the finale, but if they get a reunion, I want to know, explore that more. Is that true? Tyson says the lady at the gym is a long-standing joke between him and the fellas. He claims that's just what he does. Like if he's stressed out with all the women pulling on him, he'll say that to the fellas and they know what it means. Holly said that's a tough one. Allie says she only brought it up because she was so happy about their conversation at the elimination dinner. She probably thought she was getting eliminated, y'all. She was so excited about that. And then when he realized I can't lose another one, and he asked her to stay, she thinks they really have a chance. He may know that they don't. But this woman at the gym kind of threw her off. So Tyson's saying, I wish you had brought it up. I wish you had just brought it up in front of us, because he's now embarrassed in front of the Peetes. Holly tries to kind of diffuse the situation. She compliments Allison. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Tyson. This is good. She's having this honesty. He's like, I appreciate her honesty, but I wish I knew when she knew. Now, Tyson, she wasn't going to go in and interrupt the men when she's eavesdropping, because Allison, you are messy and a little nosy, and you were eavesdropping. So she couldn't have told you right then. I don't know how I would have handled it. I don't think I would have brought it to the Peetes first. So Holly says that honesty is important. Rodney says, yeah, that's true, because you don't have time for bull. And Tyson says he'll be careful with his jokes from now on out. He's upset. So he and Allison get up together to walk into the house. She was dressed up, y'all. She had stilettos on, gold stilettos. She looked so pretty. She must have thought they were going out. Yeah, I'm not going out. He got Felicia and Jennifer. So she rubs his back as they're walking in. And she said, I know you're upset. He's like, I'm not upset. He's upset. You can tell, y'all. Ooh, I can't take this brooding, moody Tyson. He is really upset. So confessional Tyson says he felt Allison tried to throw his integrity under the bus in front of the Peetes. I don't think she was doing that. I probably wouldn't have said it in front of the Peetes, but he said he felt she's trying to throw his integrity under the bus in front of the Peetes. Y'all, that was too much. CC, I started following Catherine from the show. She seems nice. She's the president of the Detroit City Chess Club for 22 years. She's brilliant. CC, she's brilliant. That's why Thaddeus felt like he had to humble her. He bragged about, I want a smart woman. And then he get him. You see how he treated her at the date, walked out on a date. Kat, network specialist, one of our favorite content creators, actually had her in the chat. Because Kat does go around. She left a comment for me one day, one of my reviews. She was laughing about, I thought they were keeping her to host events because y'all know they didn't show her for a long time. I guess she was too smart. So we'll see. Sharon Gobble says, yes, I agree. Tyson is genuine and performative. That's some mix, isn't it, Sharon? But I do truly believe that. I don't Holly put it like an either or. You can be genuine and performative. Yeah, Tyson was totally upset. You laughing. Yeah, he tried to play it off. He couldn't. And Allison knew it too. She trying to rub his back. Girl, you know what you did. He don't trust you now. So then, for some reason, Tyson reveals the joke to his matches. He has Felicia and Jennifer. They come in, they're sitting on the counter. I don't like eating in homes where they sit on the counter. Why do people do that? And just because you're little enough to get on the counter doesn't mean you should do it. So they're sitting on the counter. He is revealing the details of the joke. I have this running joke with the fellas. He probably talking loud enough so they'll know what lie he's telling. I have a running joke with the fellas about anytime you guys stretch me out, I'm going to meet a lady at the gym. And they're nodding their heads. Mm-hmm. Like they believe the joke. And, for this, Allison, she's upset about it. And I just feel like I might be going home by my damn self. So he walks out the kitchen. Now the two ladies are upset. No, Jennifer actually got up to hug him. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it at all. Felicia just looking. I don't know if Felicia believed it or not. Confessional Felicia said, well, I probably wouldn't have taken a joke that serious, but now I have a problem with him making a threat that he might leave here by himself. So Felicia still, for some reason, doesn't know that she's in a number 2 slot. Tyson, why is Felicia always number 2? Because when Sarah got kicked out for going with R. Kelly and lying, we didn't know that she was the number 1. Found out she's the number 1. Felicia was number 2. Now, Jennifer has been kept here by Carlos, even though he has no interest, and Felicia's still number 2. So I don't know. Tyson, you're going to beat those allegations. They said Tyson has preference and it's not Felicia. He don't mind straddling Felicia, though. We've seen that for weeks. So then we get Felicia argues back that this had nothing to do with them. And we get a preview of Tyson gaslighting. He's saying he wants to be with Felicia, but she seemed to be pushing him away. I don't see her pushing him away. I just think she's asking tougher questions, which she should have asked these tougher questions earlier. I think she's waited too long. So we have Titus and Dr. K. Y'all, if you already know, Thaddeus and Titus are one and the same. Titus is his WWE name, but for some reason it slides off the tongue, just like Thaddeus. So Thaddeus and Dr. K are having their little meeting or couples date. She claims we're doing well. It's been a little bit like a roller coaster, but great. Now, Dr. Kalia, he took you to the elimination dinner. You fussed him out. He was terrified. He's never brought you back to that dinner, and y'all been napping and cuddling ever since. But she said it's a few roller coasters, but great. Thaddeus is claiming they can communicate feelings to each other. It's a bumpy road. And then we see flashbacks of Thaddeus humbling different women. They show us our beautiful Dr. Shawana, who was the first one to tell him, stop calling me aggressive. And he said, I appreciate you telling me what you thought. And then sending the lady home, talking about she's not stepping up. Then we see how he dealt with Catherine, sending her home. See how he dealt with Dr. Kalia when she spoke her mind, took her to the elimination dinner and humbled her, and did the same thing with Ariel. We see when he was pushing her float away from Terry, who was also arguing with her, brought her to the elimination dinner, and she's whipped back into shape. So Dr. K says, it's his directness. Sometimes it can be difficult. So she's making excuses for him. Thaddeus asked Dr. K, I want to ask you, I have a question. What stopped you from being the rawest, realest version of yourself? This man knows he can gaslight. Why would Dr. Kalia be the rawest, rarest version of herself? With the second you get raw or rare with this person, he bring you to the elimination dinner, and he either sends you home, or when you come back in the house, you better be walking on eggshells like Ariel. So he asked her this as a real question. She gave a real answer. I liked her answer. She says, I'm protecting myself. Dr. Kalia reveals to us, y'all, that she has experienced intimate partner violence. Y'all, this is something else. So I said, don't do it, Dr. Kalia. He'll send you home anyway. Because y'all remember he was telling Bree, you're not stepping up enough. I think he really was meaning sexually. He wanted her to then, I like to get freak nasty. And then she asked about, I'm sorry, y'all. Thaddeus is just, he's infuriating me, y'all. So I have to laugh so I don't get mean talking about him. But he got Bree to kind of step out of her comfort zone on TV. What'd he do? Brought her to the elimination dinner and sent her home. Talking about too little, too late. These men are a mess. These three kings. Okay, so Holly asked the L word. She says she believed that she is falling in love with him. Oh, Thaddeus also said he wants to protect her and Aubrey. So she has a 9-year-old child. And she also says that she's in therapy. She's been in therapy, and this leaves her open to loving Thaddeus. So he said he loves her because she is a beautiful person, because of the energy that she has brought from day one, but he's not in love. So she said she's falling in love. She sees the light of God shining through Thaddeus. Sometimes when Dr. Kalia look real like straight and says that God stuff, or God, and I'm a believer in God. I grew up in church, but there's a certain other, you could put a certain tinge on it, and it's like, ooh, okay, Dr. Kalia, I see the light of God shining in Thaddeus. I don't know. He's a big fine man. Well, everybody walks in the light of God, but Holly is asking you if you're in love with this man, and you say that you're falling. So here goes Thaddeus. I'm not falling, because falling is an act. Rodney said, I'm going to throw this book at you. Me too, Rodney. Thaddeus plays too much. So next we get the Peetes talking to Jennifer and Tyson. Jennifer claims it's been a whirlwind. On day one, we had an instant connection. Tyson says she had instant vibes. She's his zen. She's his calm. Y'all, this kind of triggers me. I don't like how Tyson is acting like Jennifer is so zen and so calm, and Felicia's just this yakking all around the house. What's Felicia doing? Felicia stands up for herself when she needs to, but I don't see where she's not calm or not his peace. He used that. She's my peace. Jen is his peace, and Felicia, she's not his PEACE. She's his PIECE, and he straddles with her all the time. But then when he wants calm, it's Jennifer. Jennifer Zen. Welcome in. Good morning, Elisa Triplet. Thank you so much for coming in. This, of course, is the King's Court review. Sharon, Tyson is gaslighting these women. Thaddeus is gaslighting these women. Thank you. I see it too. I'm tired of him. But, in fairness, it took me about 7 weeks to see it. I can't remember which episode, but I started saying, okay, Thaddeus, you're exhibiting a pattern. I think it was probably, okay, I didn't like when he sent Dr. Shawana home. There was no real reason. And he lied on her that she wasn't stepping up. She only fell back a little because he kept saying the aggressive thing. And then when he brought Ariel to me, strictly to humble her, I don't think she was at risk of going home. He did the same thing to Dr. Kalia. I don't think she was at risk of going home. Then when he walked down on Catherine and tried to act like there's something else going on, Catherine. And Catherine hadn't done anything to you. You walked out on a date because she asked you to focus on her because Dr. Kalia is over here in a towel. What you doing in here in a towel talking about you were working out? Where's your little unitard? What do they call it? Unitard? Where's your little workout suit? Why are you in a towel? So I didn't like that. He's a trip. So we get Tyson is saying that he has no red flags about Jennifer, y'all. None. Because Holly asked him, do you have any worries or red flag? None. I have no red flags about Jennifer. My only concern was her falling behind compared to Felicia's pace. So now Felicia's the one moving on him so fast. Tyson, you just can't help it. She's moving on you so fast with her little self. You are the one that's helping with straddling with her. It's not just her. So I don't like what he's doing, y'all. So potentially, here's now Jennifer. She didn't do that for him. Holly asked her red flags. Yeah, I have a few red flags for Tyson. Potentially playing the field. He had a sign-up sheet. So I don't know if this guy's just trying to be a player or if he's open to something real. So she threw you in under the bus in front of the Peetes just like Allison did. But we'll see how he handled Jennifer versus how he handles Allison. Welcome in. My moderator, Mama Bees, came in and spoke to everyone. Good to see you, Mama Bees. So then she asked Tyson to his face in front of the Peetes, do you think that you're ready for a relationship? Now, you remember how mad he got at Liliana when she said at the elimination dinner, he's not ready. She asked him, do you think you're ready for a relationship or are you still playing the field? He said he's been single too long and he is ready. I think he likes being this bachelor. I think he does want someone. I don't know that he's a one-woman man. He hasn't expressed that to us. But I think he likes having like a one, kind of like Carlos. You got your number one. Back in the day, they might call him a bottom B. Y'all, I used to watch movies like that. That's the bottom B. There was one called Willie Dynamite. He had a bottom B. And then he had all these other women that they were actually working for him. That's a tangent. That's a whole other story. So he's claiming that he wants one woman. Confessional Jennifer is telling us that usually I go for the bad boy, but I hope that we could be different in the real world. Now, Jennifer is smart. She does realize that this is an artificial scenario. He ideally would not be dating all these different women. He's going to always have all those distractions and choices, but hopefully in the real world, if he selected her, it would be just him and her, but we don't know. We'll see. Jennifer kisses Tyson. He kisses her back. So Holly Robinson Pete gives them some advice. She says, stay connected, keep kissing. Rodney agrees, and then the Pete's kiss. Y'all, this is one of my favorite couples. I watched Rodney propose to her on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I always love Holly Robinson Pete. Well, Holly Robinson at the time. So Rodney agrees that that's how they stay connected. And Tyson said Jennifer helps him feel safe, and he needs that after today. So, y'all, he still got baby Vanessa Williams in his sights, talking about he needs to feel safe after today. What happened to you, Tyson? Somebody overheard a rumor, and she brought it to you in front of the Peetes, but she brought it to you. He enters the house. Felicia's still there, y'all. She's upset. Babe, we got to talk. She at the St. Washington. We got to talk. He's like, now Tyson does not want to talk. She does not heed any of his warnings. He's giving her a look like, I don't want to talk. She says, we need to talk, love. I got that in caps, so she must have said a little bit loud. Tyson asks, you good? She says, no. Tyson tells her, Jennifer puts no pressure on me. Y'all see how he do? Now he going to make like Felicia's fussing at him because she wants to have a conversation. He says, it's my right to still pick who I want to pick. Felicia said, I know it is your right, but it's my right to, we can have a conversation. He says, Felicia, I feel like you pushing me away instead of having me come towards you. So now he's talking that talk. She still want to talk. He said, you don't all day, everybody's been like, I got to have a minute with you. I got to talk to you. And you're not reading the signs that I don't want to talk right now. I don't want a confrontation. She said, I don't want to have a confrontation. I just want to talk to you. So now he walks away mad from Felicia. I didn't think she did anything, but I think after probably the first, maybe the second time, he said, well, I just don't want to talk. I said, okay, we'll connect later. I think that's what I would have done. But Felicia wanted to, she's running out of time, Tyson. So you have to respect that. Tyson and Allison, or baby Vanessa Williams, meet for coffee. 1 second, y'all. I gotta cut this camera off and take a sip of my drink and cut the fan back on. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so Tyson and Allison meet for coffee. Confessional Tyson tells us now he feels like there's no trust. Looking from her perspective, he understands that she is concerned that he wanted to meet someone outside the house. He never wants her to feel uncomfortable. You need trust and respect in any relationship. So the confessional, Allison saying the same thing. You need trust and respect. That's the core of any relationship. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, that's the core of any relationship. And Allison says that even that joking started to give her doubts, because what she overheard, it would be concerning if he has all these women that are vying for his attention and he's leaving the house to go to a gym. They've got a gym in the house. And now he's saying he's going to meet a woman at the gym. So I can understand why Allison was concerned. So they are having this conversation, thanking each other for how they related to each other. But Allison is saying she realizes, she said, even with the perfect match, I realized that there has to be some level of physical attraction. And he says, yeah, it was more like a friendship vibe from day one. So, okay, if that's the case, Tyson, I don't know why he asked her to stay the other night. I don't know what he was doing when he did that. So he's telling her he wishes her the best. You're not our queen. Tyson, this is an elimination breakfast, y'all. That's why I said that baby Vanessa Williams didn't deserve that. Because why is he taking this woman outside the house and telling her that she's not their queen? Elimination coffee. She didn't even get to order any breakfast. I would have ordered some stuff to go. Allison, you should have ordered some stuff to go and got your brunch and your lunch. And let him walk away. I would have been sitting there still eating my stuff. So she got the elimination coffee. She says she respects him and all the kings. Says that and then in her confessional, she says, what went on with Tyson shows me a part of Tyson that was always there, which I agree. And she said he'll take attention from anybody that will give it to him. And he doesn't like when someone expresses a concern to him. So then we go back to the house. We've got Felicia, y'all. She's complaining to Carlos. She's frustrated. Every time she tries to talk to Carlos, it annoys him. We see Tyson. He's already made it back to the house. And how did Allison get home, Tyson? Because she still have to pick up the rest of her stuff. I would have come back to the house with you. You couldn't have done me like that. Elimination breakfast. I suggested that the other week for Edelweiss because nobody really wanted to date her, but that was a joke. I didn't know they would do that to anyone. So he gets back to the house. We haven't seen Allison yet. Tyson and Jennifer are cuddling out in the open, and he asks her out. I haven't given you your date yet. You want to go out? Now she's the one straddling him. I want to go out. What are you going to do? I'm curious. What are we going to do? Jennifer's so playful. That's why she doesn't have to have serious conversations with him because he doesn't really want that. And now that Felicia's trying to have serious conversations, he acts like she's bothering him. So Felicia's over there complaining to Carlos. Carlos got on my nerves. That would frustrate the heck out of me too. Jennifer wouldn't still be here, Carlos, if you didn't pass her like she was a basketball. I didn't like him doing that. How did y'all feel about that? We don't have a connection. I got my girlfriend / wife, Janae, but there's a king that's still interested, so she's not going home tonight. So this was your match, but you passed her on to somebody else. I think Jennifer thought it was cute because even when she was matched with Carlos and was pretending to try to get time, her eye was always on the juicy burger. So Carlos is claiming that he would be frustrated. Then he wrongly advises her, if it bothers you, bring it up to him. Now, y'all see what happened to Felicia earlier when she tried to have a conversation. So she's like, no, I can't bring it up to him because all he's going to do is get frustrated and get upset. And Carlos pushes it the issue. Sharon Gobbled is like me, Sandra P. I would have ordered something else. Yeah, I would have ordered something also. I would have too. I didn't like that. At least they eat at the elimination dinner. And she got the little espresso. The espressos are like 2 ounces. And he had a big old cup. I didn't like that, Tyson. So Carlos was claiming he'd be frustrated. Janae, I think, was just sitting there. Y'all know Janae fades into the background. Whenever Carlos has any type of conversation or anything with anyone else, she just like, she's hovering or she can't take it and she goes somewhere else. I don't know. Janae, I'm kind of concerned about Janae in the real world. Because his attention, the attention that he gets from people because he was in the NBA and he's an Olympian and all this kind of stuff, that's not going to die down. It's probably going to get worse because of this show. So he's still trying to get Felicia to bring that up to him. Felicia's no fool. She's like, no, he was mad earlier when I was trying to talk. So then we still see Tyson and Jennifer. They bagged up against each other, just giggling and laughing. Jennifer silly. She's being silly. She said, why do I feel like I'm being watched in this house? Because you are. There's cameras all around. There's microphones. Production will call somebody to a door and let them listen to you. I think that's what they did with Allison. Because Allison, unless you were eavesdropping already, how did you hear Tyson talking to the Kings if they in there working out or whatever they were doing? So that was the end of the episode, y'all. As I said, this is the last episode before the finale. So in the finale, in the previews, it looks like, of course, we already know about Carlos and Janae. He's pronounced her his girlfriend. But I wonder what they're going to do as far as they're going to bring Dr. Kalia and Ariel, and Thaddeus has to choose between one of them. Because they're trying to play it up as if they're both equally close. So I don't know about that. Tyson is acting like he is not really built close relationship with either Jennifer or Felicia. His friend has already called out Felicia's relationship as mainly physical, sexual. Felicia feels it as well. Tyson feels it as well. He says she's sexy AF, but he's not really able to talk to her. They had a couple of job interview conversations last week, and then he was all frustrated this week. So I'm looking forward to this season finale, y'all. They do a season finale. I hope they get a reunion. I'd like to see Holly Robinson, Pete, and Rodney sit down for just a final reunion and bring everybody together. Let's hear a little more about their experiences. So everyone, I thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra for the King's Court Season 1, Episode 9, Rumor Has It. Our first elimination coffee. I'm going to have to take it down from breakfast because Allison didn't eat. So elimination coffee. Tyson, you're looking at me, looking at you, and I'm looking at you. We don't like this. Yeah, Sharon, I agree. The finale should be interesting. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a very great, successful week. I'll plan something else. I'm not sure what else is coming on. I know I'll have a Real Housewives of Miami recap, but that is later in the week. Probably do a political minute or so. Everything's going so crazy, so I'm going to have some crazy stuff going on. So everyone, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. This is Kendrick yelling, mustard! Thank you, Cece. I'll leave your comment up. Have a blessed day, everyone. I'll see you in the YouTube streets. Bye.